Today guys, trending Funko Pop news is back and we have 5 Funko Pops going up in value. Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we're going to be going over some Funko Pops that are actively going up in value. Now guys, you can always contribute to these series if you would like to by leaving a comment down below of a Funko Pop you've noticed going up. Now, we don't really have as many as we usually do, kind of what I could just find today. However, in the next part, I'll definitely try to find more. Now guys, before we go ahead and get started, I do want to ask the question of the day, which is, do you have a Funko Pop or character in your collection that's ever made like a sacrifice in their specific movie, show, or whatever? And I'm gonna go with Majin Vegeta here. He made a pretty big one. It was kind of for nothing, but he made one. Okay, so first up, I kind of want to start off with one that's a little bit untraditional, as it's not a Funko Pop, but it is a Funko product. And we do have the Mystery Mini Monkey D. Luffy in Gear 2nd here. So this one is the rare mini of the bunch, and it's actually been selling around $70 to $80 here from this new set. So if you do happen to pull this mini, you do have a pretty valuable one. And this is no real surprise. A lot of the One Piece minis in the past were pretty valuable. Like the younger version of Trafalgar Law as a kid was pretty popular as well and expensive. So I do wonder, as the years go on, will this Luffy get to that level of value or will it stay a little bit lower? Either way, like I said, it does have some value, so if you manage to pull this one, it's a cool piece to have. Okay, moving on for Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the recent LE exclusives, we have Methus here at 3,500 pieces. So this one's been selling mostly around the $120 range, and then currently things are around $120, $130. So this is kind of where it's landed. Originally it was selling around $150 and up a little bit, but it's trended down a little bit more around that closer, again, what you're seeing, $100, $120 range, which is still not a bad value by any means. Now, as we go on, will it get more expensive? We'll see as stock dries up more and more, but it's definitely one of the cooler LEs and cooler Sonic Pops that they have made to date. And it's I think it's the second LE one, because the other one was Chaos, right, for the Sonic set. So I'm curious what other characters they're cooking up for this LE program, even though it seems to be making a lot of people upset because they're making some of the coolest characters very limited. But remember guys, at the same time, some of these characters just would not sell in the masses. Like even Sonic with Caliburn, where that's something that doesn't get a lot of merch from the Sonic franchise, isn't very expensive. You can still find it because they made a ton of them even for New York Comic Con. So maybe it would have been better, maybe it would have gained more value if it was part of this LE program. And not to say that everything needs to have value, I'm just curious to see if it would have been much more expensive. Anyways though, let me know if you were lucky enough to get this Sonic LE Pop when it dropped. Oh, actually guys, you know what one I forgot that's part of the Sonic like limited edition set would be Infinite, the glow one, because that was such a higher piece that nobody really talks about it, the 9,500 piece one. So technically there is 3 in the set. I can't believe I forgot about that one. Next up for Marvel fans, we do have the Funko Shop exclusive God Loki here on the throne. So estimated value around $165 there on Pop Price Guide. You can see it kind of jumped up a little bit recently through 2026. Originally it was around the 120 range, then it jumped up to the 140 range, and now it's currently sitting around 160, 170. Recent sales have ranged around $155 up to almost $200 from a sale in Australia. And then current listings of what I could find between eBay and Mercari, we had a $150 one with $50 shipping for Malaysia, so practically $200 you're paying there. $250 one also in Malaysia, and then 2 on Mercari around $250. So realistically, I would say this value is definitely trending more towards the $200 range, and there's really not a lot out there. I think a lot of people were expecting this one to heavily restock because it was such a popular character, and it just really hasn't yet. Not that it still could not happen, anything can happen with Funko, but if it doesn't, I'm actually really interested to see where the value lands, especially when we see Loki return in more Marvel media in the future. Like, I don't remember if Loki might appear in Doomsday at all. Like, maybe. I don't know if that was part of the character list. I don't remember if they announced it at all, because they announced so many people. I just don't remember. Let me know in the comments below if anybody remembers. But nonetheless, it's definitely a pretty valuable one. Let me know if you do own it. Okay, next up for Pop albums, we do have another album from Iron Maiden here, The Trooper. Estimated value says around $30, though you can see it's been selling for about double that. We have around the $50 to $60 range there. And then I can only find 2 over on eBay, which range from $40 on a bid currently, and then there was one from France at $104 listed. I did actually check over on Mercari, but I saw a lot of older sold ones around the $25, $30 range. And again, those were really old listings, so nothing current, unfortunately. So there's not a lot of these out there. So if you are looking for this one and you see it pop up for a really good price, it might be worth grabbing. I'm not sure if this one will restock. It is a common release, so it's always possible. Now, our last pop in today's video is Fiorin here, the limited edition piece. So this one is limited to 5,000 pieces, though there were only so many here in the United States. Estimated value around $200. You can see it had a little bit of a spike up leading into this year, and then it kind of dropped down a little bit and spiked back up. However, it's currently sitting around $200 according to Pop Price Guide, but recent sales of what I found range from $225 up to $265, a couple $250 sales in there too. And then current listings were around that same range. So I will say it's definitely a little bit higher than $200 in my opinion. Again, this was a pretty limited exclusive here from Chalice Collectibles in the States. The rest went overseas. And as you guys do know by now, once the stock dries up more and more, this one will definitely continue to go up. We also just had Fiorin Season 2 air not too long ago, so that definitely contributed to people buying more of the Fiorin pops. Like another one pretty expensive in this set is the Himmel Chase, even though you can still kind of like buy a bunch and try to get a chase from a couple different retailers currently, but it's still like a $70 to $90 chase, which is very interesting. But yeah, guys, nonetheless, as you know, this is an LE release, so it's not going to get restocked. What's out there is what's out there. So in my opinion, based off those facts, it can only go up really, depending on how many are on the market, of course. Of course, if everybody listed theirs now, it would make it go down, but that's not the case, obviously. Well, guys, those were 5 more Funko Pops that are actively going up in value. Make sure to let me know in the comments below, do you own any of the Pops that we did talk about today? Out of all of these, I do not own any of these. Yeah, no, not even the Luffy Mystery Mini. I didn't actually go after that set. I don't own the Fiorin because I don't collect the collection. Bailey has one though. I was able to get one for her. But yeah, so I guess by association, I own that one. But other than that, I don't own any of these. Let me know if you do. Now, very quickly, I want to remind you guys again that you can let me know of a Funko Pop going up in value that maybe you have noticed in your collection or, that you've just seen by leaving a comment down below, and I can definitely look at that and see if it can make it in the next video. Thank you again so much for watching today's video. Hit the like button down below if you did enjoy, and subscribe and click that notification bell if you want to see more. I am going to go ahead and end off the video here by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon link Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure you follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. I love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.